Whoever has been watching The Golden Bachelor has probably been captivated by the romance between Gerry Turner and Theresa Nist. Their chemistry was palpable and their connection seemed genuine and easygoing right from the start. Nevertheless, many admirers were shocked and distraught when their romance ended suddenly, leading them to wonder what went wrong. Theresa recently spoke out about the real reasons she and Gerry broke up, and you might be surprised by what she said. If you want to know how they broke up, you have to watch this video all the way to the conclusion. Viewers immediately warmed up to 71-year-old bachelor Gerry Turner, who was looking for love after his wife died. His genuine attitude and kind nature made him a beloved figure among many. His chemistry with Theresa Nist, a 70-year-old woman, was the real showstopper, though. It became clear throughout the season that Gerry and Theresa had a special relationship. As the season progressed, their bond deepened, and viewers hoped for a joyful resolution to their tale. However, a surprising development occurred. Gerry and Theresa chose to separate ways despite the deep bond they had. A lot of people were stunned by their breakup, and they were wondering what happened. There was more going on behind the scenes than anyone knew, and now Theresa is finally explaining what happened that caused them to break up. The viewpoint of Theresa was expressed in a recent exclusive interview. The breakup, she said, was about more than just a loss of attraction or chemistry. It had deeper causes. Even though she and Gerry loved one another, they couldn't have been more different in their expectations for the future. Despite how strongly they felt for each other, these differences made it difficult for them to continue dating. The speed of their relationship was one of the most important points brought up by Theresa. After losing his wife after a long marriage, Gerry was understandably wary about becoming involved in another committed relationship. He was uncertain of the extent of his emotions and the challenges that would come with beginning over, so he was reluctant to jump in. Theresa, on the other hand, was prepared to accept love and go on. Now that she had overcome her personal obstacles, she was ready to experience joy once more. Their inability to resolve their readiness to advance their relationship led to friction. Theresa was aware of Gerry's concerns, but she also wanted more than just a surface-level relationship. She was prepared to settle down for the long haul, but Gerry wasn't quite there yet. Their expectations were so different that it drove a wedge between them. Their closeness was evident, but Theresa eventually came to terms with the fact that their future goals were no longer congruent. Gerry was unwilling to give her what she wanted. The emotional baggage that both partners brought to the relationship also played a major role in their eventual split. After going through her own trials and tribulations, Theresa came clean about the ways her history hurt her and how she approached love. She wanted to be with Gerry for the right reasons, but she couldn't get over her past hurts. She tried to recover, but these emotional hurdles made it hard for her to be present in the relationship the way Gerry needed her to be. Like everyone else, Gerry had his share of emotional baggage. His heart was still heavy from the loss of his wife many years before, and he was still trying to figure out how he felt about Theresa. Even though he loved her deeply, he had trouble committing to her in the level that she needed at times. He isolated himself emotionally, which caused tension between them. The strain of constantly being in the spotlight was a major factor in their breakup. Although the romances featured on The Golden Bachelor are real, viewers watch them unfold under intense scrutiny because the show is a reality dating show. Millions of people saw every second of it, from their dates to their private chats. Attempts by Gerry and Theresa to save their relationship in front of the cameras only served to exacerbate an already difficult situation. It got to be too much, Theresa said, what with the audience's high expectations and the necessity to maintain a constant performance for the event. Their relationship suffered as a result of all the pressure, and they needed some distance to figure out if they could survive out of the limelight. Theresa stressed that she and Gerry do not harbor any ill will towards each other even if they had broken up. They hold each other in the highest regard, and there is absolutely no hostility between them. That they were just not a good match for one another is totally acceptable. The love they had remains alive even when relationships don't work out the way we expect. Actually, Theresa is grateful and fond of her memories of her time with Gerry. Keep in mind that they continue to send best wishes to each other even after they've broken up. Both Gerry and Theresa will remain there for each other as they go ahead in life, and Gerry has said how much he respects Theresa. The affection and admiration they shared has endured even if their lives have taken different directions. It is nice to hear Theresa be forthright about why they broke up. She has been forthright about the challenges she encountered with Gerry in a society where people frequently hide the nuances of their relationships. She shows how difficult love can be, particularly as one ages. The longevity of a relationship can be tested, even in cases of profound affection between two people, due to factors such as divergent goals for the future, emotional baggage, and outside influences. Still, they were able to grow from their mistake and proceed with tolerance and compassion for one another because of what they learned from it. What then is their next move? Despite the fact that romance is obviously out of the question, Theresa remains optimistic about the future. She approaches the future with an open mind and heart. With an open mind and gratitude for his time with Theresa, Gerry is also moving ahead. He knows that life goes on. While their breakup may upset viewers anticipating a Golden Bachelor happily ever after, it is a sobering reminder that not all love stories are destined to last indefinitely. Things don't always work out the way planned in relationships, no matter how strong the bond is. But that doesn't imply it wasn't worth it to try. At the end of their relationship, Theresa and Gerry gained valuable insights about their love desires and needs, which they can take with them into their future relationships. How do you feel about Theresa's choice to open up about her breakup with Gerry? What are your thoughts on the possible alternative outcomes of their relationship? Or do you think that sometimes things just aren't meant to be? Leave a comment with your thoughts. If you would want to receive more information on the Golden Bachelor and other reality TV news, comment and subscribe our channel. Stay tuned for what's coming up next.